Yeah. Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy. I'm not quite sure what to do. Could we broccoli? Oh, look at these two. All right, come on. You're okay?
Did Coldplay just expose a tech CEO cheating on his wife? It looks like Chris Martin accidentally called out tech CEO and billionaire Andy Byron on the Jumbotron in real time at the Coldplay show in Boston. Basically, the camera landed on Andy with a woman in his arms, and when they realize it, they crash out. It turns out the woman is not Andy's wife. Her name is Kristin Cabot. She's the chief people officer of Andy's company. That basically means that she's the head of HR, and she started in the role 9 months ago. What's even crazier is Chris wondered whether or not they were maybe having an affair.
Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
Meanwhile, Andy's wife, Megan Kerrigan Bryan, allegedly had no idea. And guess how she found out? And now she's removed his last name from her profile on Facebook. If you are cheating on your wife, maybe avoid the cameras when you have premium seats. Because karma's got a spotlight, and apparently Chris Martin knows how to use it.
An update on the Coldplay concert affair. This is Andy Byron, the CEO of the data company Astronomer, and Kristin Cabot, the chief people officer of the same company. Yep, they're both married. Not to each other, but it gets worse. Sitting directly next to them was Alyssa Stoddard, senior director of people at Astronomer, a newer hire who just got promoted. And based on her reaction, it was obvious that this was not a spontaneous, innocent outing. One thing is clear, the entire company might have known something was up. One user even wrote, "That's going to be one awkward board meeting, if not a couple divorces too." As for Andy's actual wife, she's moving swiftly. She's already removed his last name from her social profiles, deleted all their photos together, and gone completely silent, while her comments are flooded with messages of heartbreak and support. One of the top comments reads, "SIS, lawyer up. You deserve so much better." Meanwhile, Kristin's been wiped from Astronomer's Up About Us page in what some are calling a quiet internal response to the firestorm. It's unclear if Andy will follow, but this level of viral attention may force action. What Coldplay thought was just a cute fan cam moment has turned into a full-on HR disaster with 20M+ views, a potential divorce, and an entire tech company dragged into public scandal.
We're introducing camera-free audience sections for people with their side pieces. Yo, that's crazy. Yo, this is crazy from Fashion Nova. Head of HR or head from HR. The CEO of Astronomer, Andy Byron, who was caught having an affair with the head of HR, Kristin Cabot, at the Coldplay concert, has released a statement. And he's basically blaming Coldplay for all of this. He says, "I want to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. I want to sincerely apologize to my wife, my family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, as a father, and as a leader. This is not who I want to be or how I want to represent the company I helped build. I'm taking the time to reflect, to take accountability, and to figure out the next steps, personally and professionally. I ask for privacy as I navigate that process. I also want to express how troubling it is what should have been a private moment became public without my consent." Oh my gosh, you are in a public space. I respect artists and entertainers, but I hope we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle. And then he ends it with a Coldplay lyric. As a friend once saying, "Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you." Andy. Why is he blaming Coldplay? It's not that Coldplay knew what was going on between the two. But what I think is crazy is this tweet from Coldplay. "Starting with our next show, we're introducing camera-free audience sections for people with their side pieces." Yo, that's crazy. Yo, this is crazy from Fashion Nova.
The cheater Andy Byron has spoken out, and his wife has spoken out too. Now, if you don't know what's going on, all this was played out at a Coldplay concert 12 hours ago. It's been 12 hours. So this camera went to this couple, and this couple was hugging each other, holding on for dear life, and the reaction was priceless. It was so bad that Chris Martin even said either they're having an affair or they're really shy. Well, it turns out that we find out that this is Andy Byron. He is the CEO of a billion-dollar company called Astronomer. He's married with 2 kids. This lady, Kristin, is not his wife. She is the CPO, or the Chief People Officer, or HR, of the company, and she's actually married to somebody else. Now, this third person that was with them, and she was so embarrassed, like cracking up, her name is Alyssa Stoddard, and she just got a promotion to VP of People. And it seems like her and Kristin have known each other for a long time. Like, they've been working together for different companies, so they're friends. I'm not surprised to see her there. Well, the backlash has been insane. All their information is all over social media. Now, it seems like Andy spoke out, and he said that he is devastated and it's a huge invasion of his privacy, that it was such a personal moment, and it feels like it was wrong for it to be shown on screen and for it to be posted all over TikTok. Like, he's just devastated, right? His wife, Megan, has actually spoke out in a comment, and she said to please give our family some privacy instead of laughing and joking about this. And on FB, she's already removed his last name from her name. He is the CEO of $1 billion company, so I'm sure she's going to be taken care of, and I really hope that she gets everything she can from him, because this is really horrible. To go to a concert with somebody else, meaning other people have known about this affair, the way they were hugging, it seems like the affair has been going on for a really long time. So I think it's a good thing that they were caught the way they were caught. Now, he is the CEO, so he's going to be okay. But this lady, Kristin, and Alyssa's reputation is completely tainted because they worked in HR, and the ones suffering here are going to be the kids as well. But what do you guys think about this whole mess? Are you guys surprised to hear that he's upset because it's a huge invasion of privacy? They went to a concert. You're in public. Let me know in the comments.
Well, Tide has entered the chat to let us know that even they can't clean this one up, but buckle up because it's about to get messier. The CEO just dropped his statement and we have to get into this. Here's Andy's statement, you know, the guy who dropped to his knees in shame. Of course, he's making himself the victim. He starts off by saying that he wants to acknowledge the moment that's been circulating online and the disappointment it's caused. What was supposed to be a fun night of music and joy turned into a deeply personal mistake playing out on a very public stage. He wants to sincerely apologize to his wife, his family, and the team at Astronomer. You deserve better from me as a partner, a father, and as a leader. He goes on to say that this is not who he wants to be or how he wants to represent the company that he helped build. He's taking time to reflect, taking accountability, and figure out the next steps. Personally and professionally, I ask for privacy as I navigate that process. Now, here's where he really makes himself the victim. He wants to express how troubling it is that what should have been a private moment that was in a very public place became public without his consent. Oh no. He says that he respects artists and entertainers, but he hopes that we can all think more deeply about the impact of turning someone else's life into a spectacle, as if he didn't do this to himself. That drop to his knees in shame. I mean, if he could have just played it cool, none of this probably would have happened, although it absolutely deserved to happen. And I almost forgot this last little part. He goes into quoting Coldplay, who outed him. It was the Coldplay singer Chris Martin who said they're either having an affair or really shy. He goes on to quote them by saying, "Lights will guide you home and ignite your bones, and I will try to fix you." I'm not sure if he's talking about himself, his wife, or his mistress. This is his beautiful wife. May she get every penny that he helped make that billion-dollar company, and she has already dropped his last name off of her Facebook. She's gone back to her maiden name, and again, we wish the best for her because this is awful. And as for Kristin, head of HR at this company, what a mess. She also has a husband. People have been wondering. Yes, she has a husband who I think is an executive in sportswear or something like that. And these are some interesting quotes from Kristin. She says that she so appreciates that he can see her role as something different. She likes to classify her HR role as in the realm of people strategy, because to her, magic happens when you align people strategy to the business and strategy sink into two. She also goes on to say that there are plenty of companies out there where a strong CEO and leadership team just doesn't see the value that a strong people leader can bring to the company. Good thing he could see her strong value to the company. And as for embarrassed woman, who she brought into this by nudging her and being like, nudge, nudge, can you believe we're getting caught right now about the affair that we all know about? It is obvious that this has been going on and that she was aware and that she's part of the company. So she's actually the senior director of people at this company. She joined the company in January of 2025, and her background includes several human resource leadership roles, which is interesting because when you look into this, they actually worked at a company together before this, and then she brought her good old buddy Alyssa over to get into her shenanigans at Astronomer. And things must have been getting real hot and heavy with them, because last week, Kristin reportedly promoted embarrassed girl Alyssa to be vice president of people. So this girl is directly reporting to the head of HR, who is having an affair with the CEO of the company. Literally, what a mess. I mean, again, head of HR, CEO of the company, other people in the HR department are very much involved in all of this. They're all out in public together doing this publicly. He's crying about how it was a private moment. And ultimately, I am never, ever going to forget that look on his face. They're just so happy. We're in love. We're so happy to be cheating on our spouses. And then the immediate getting busted and just dropping his head in shame, dropping to the floor and crawling out of there.